Are you tired of hearing this sound? Then you're probably having some starter issues just like me, and today I'm going to try to solve it with a couple quick tricks. Let's get started.
Hi there everybody, and welcome back to another video here. As you can tell from the intro video, the Camaro here is having some starter issues. And this isn't new. The starter has been struggling, but I feel like it might be getting a little bit worse. So there are a bunch of different things you can try online, and you can read a bunch of different stuff online as I did. And you guys can go ahead and give your opinion here for what you guys have done to fix your issues and whatever else you guys want to try. But for me, I know there's a couple things online that really stuck out. The first thing I'm going to try is grounding. So the way the car is wired right now, there's a battery in the trunk, and then the chassis is acting as the main battery cable back to the battery, which isn't ideal. It works, everything charges like it should, but I don't think once it gets hot, I don't think it's getting its full current and amperage up to the starter. So I'm going to run a cable straight from the battery to the engine block here, which the starter grounds to, so that acts as the common ground. So that maybe will be the easiest way to solve the problem, hopefully. Other than that, a lot of guys say heat soak can be an issue with these big GM starters. I can try to wrap it. I can try to wrap the headers. Don't really want to do that. I hate header wrap. I used to like it, but after fighting that fiberglass material in your hand, you kind of learn to not like it very much. Beyond that, you can switch out the old GM starter for a new high torque starter, which would definitely help, and I have one sitting right over here. This guy right here. But if I can avoid using it, I want to, because this is for another project that right over there, which is a 383 short block, which will go into another project that's going to be coming up. But hopefully that doesn't need to be used. I know the engine has it's like 10.5 to 1 compression ratio, so that shouldn't be an issue. The ignition timing I have set with the Holley Hyperspark, and if you're too far advanced, it can cause some issues with the starter. But right now the cranking ignition is at 8 degrees advanced, so that shouldn't be an issue at all, and actually it's pretty sweet that the Hyperspark can do that, period. So I'm going to start out with the battery cable here, and I know a lot of people are going to say that's a red wire, that's only for positive, and I will switch it out for a black wire, but this is what I have today. So let's go get started and see if this makes a difference. Alright, so here is the current grounding situation here. I know it's kind of a mess of wires, but this big red one is the temporary wire. But anyways, right now the current grounding situation shares that lug right there and heads over to this chassis over here, which shares a couple grounds, one for the fan, one for the alternator here, and then I also have a smaller ground strap coming off the back of the block that heads to the firewall there. So there's a couple grounds here, but are any of them really well grounded? I'm not too sure. So to test that, I'm just going to run this temporary wire straight right there on the block, all the way back there to the battery. And I'm going to try to crank it real quick, and we're going to see if this magically solves it. Hopefully it does. Okay, let's get this a try. That's probably going to fall, but that's okay. Okay, so I don't know if you could tell in the video or not, but that ground wire definitely helped some. It kind of cleaned it up a bit, and I'm going to keep on testing this out, driving it with that new ground wire installed, and I'll keep you guys updated. If that doesn't solve the issue, we'll move on to the next step, probably wrapping it up, try to eliminate heat soak, and then if we get far enough, we'll replace the starter. But for now, I think this might have solved the issue. Like I said, expect an update video if this doesn't work. But if you guys want to go further and watch a video where someone replaces a starter, my buddy Matt has a channel where he did it on his Corvette with a mini starter, and he also wrapped it up. So I'll throw a link up above to the video and the channel if you guys want to check that out. But I appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe if you guys want to stay up to date, and I'll see you in the next one.